Yo, what's up, y'all? You already know what time it is. It's that time of the week where we do our mashups. It's your boy, the only Pixel 19, also known as Duality. That song is a massive throwback for me. I feel like very few people are gonna remember this song. But for those curious, it was Fall by Goldwater. Every time as some of y'all know, every time I start a stream, I go through my collection of legally acquired music to see what song I'm going to start the stream with. I'm pretty sure this is a song I've played on stream before as an intro, but I figure, you know what? It's probably been a long time since I played this song. I'm going to play it out. Goldwater is... I don't remember who Goldwater used to be, but they used to be a Monster Cat artist back in 2011, but not under Goldwater. It was under a different alias. But that's how I found them, and I liked the song. I thought the song was pretty neat. It also reminds me that I really want to get back eventually at some point in my plethora of things I need to get back to or update or catch up with is the playlist I used to update daily, my CD swap playlist. Now, how do I resize this thing? Anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Hello, Illusion431 saying I'm late. Yeah, mayhaps. I just got a friend request on Epic. I need to disable all these pop-up notifications in the bottom right. Oh, you can't even see them because my webcam's blocking it all. Every stream, there's the classic Adobe pop-up. I guess Epic pop-up. Sometimes we get the rare Steam friend is online. And hello, Benko757. Joe Gato. True. All right, let me figure out how to reset the size of this thing. If I just do that, okay, there's really a reset button. Good to know. Anyways, hope everyone's doing good. Hello, Sondix. Hi, skis. Hello, Sondix. Hope everyone's doing well. Big news. Finally figured out all of the internet service provider issues that I've been having. So the long story short, I don't know if I've discussed this on stream. I feel like I haven't. So if I have, I'm sorry. And if I haven't, then the big news is basically the issue that we were having is the house that I live in right now. I've lived in this house for I want to say for about like 2 decades. I've been here for a while. So over the many years, internet has changed a lot over the many years. If y'all know. Back in the day, you had to pay for television, phone, and internet separately, which means a lot of cables, satellite dishes, cables in the ground, all that, whatever. Nowadays, it's all internet, which is good because it simplifies things, and I guess allows them to be competitive, well, in quotations competitive, because we have a duopoly in Canada. But the downside is if the internet dies, you also lose your TV and phone. It all dies. So basically, eventually after like 3 engineers, tons of hours on phone calls and asking to speak to the manager or whatever, what we found was the cables in our house was basically just not the standard of cable that internet should be on nowadays. So they had to run all the cable. Actually, it's right behind me. My ceiling still has some holes that I'm gonna have to patch up at some point. Been lazy. But it's cool. You can see the ceiling, what's in the ceiling. I have a pretty clean ceiling. I don't know if ceilings are supposed to, like, I don't know, whenever I pop up a ceiling tile, I think to myself, like, oh, I bet there's gonna be like spider webs or something. Nah, that's a clean ceiling. Certified clean ceiling. Anyways, that's been my whole internet thing. The good news though is that, fortunately, I guess, now that that's all figured out, I'm interested in cranking up the quality of the stream back to the quality I used to stream at. If you guys don't know, I used to stream 60 FPS, which doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. My webcam is stuck at like 10 FPS anyways, so that's not going to change. But OBS would be 60 FPS. That'd be kind of cool. Ooh, ooh. Flashing lights, silly shenanigans and whatnot. Otherwise, maybe streaming in 1440p, that is something I have considered. I believe I have the fast enough internet to stream at that speed, and now that we have replaced all of the cables, I don't see why I can't stream at 1440p. I don't know if you guys would enjoy more pixels on the screen, but that is now an option. Oh, I'm gonna mention this because I remember talking about it last stream. So the leaderboard thing, right? The top fans thing, I figured out there is a way to disable it. I just didn't feel like disabling it this stream. But also, I didn't want to disable it for every single stream. So I'm going to see if there's a setting to just turn it off completely. And if not, then, well, whoever's number 1, 2, and number 3 will be stuck that way. We only want 19 pixels. All right, my next stream, I'm going to stream at like the 360p or whatever. We got our first request of the stream, so I will be pivoting to the mashup shenanigans shortly. What do we got here? 1440 isn't going to do much for your current camera. That is completely true, but it is going to... I have a 1440p monitor, so you'll see more OBS. You just won't see more of me. You'll just see the same old 15 FPS. Bro, something happened to my webcam earlier. I pressed a button on the back of this because there's a button. And then my webcam was like 30 FPS. And I was so confused, like, how did that happen? And then it went back to being like 15. Oh, it was there for a moment. So I think that was just a coincidence that I pressed the button and suddenly it was like frame perfect. Anyways, enough dilly-dallying. We've got our first request from Benko 7575757575757577, who has requested a mashup between Don't Even Bother featuring the Pom Poms Night Punk remix by Must I and DK Rap by Grant Kirkhope. I never even bothered to consider who made the DK Rap. Like it's always funny cuz like I think like in the mainstream people don't really refer to music by the artist who made them unless they're like super popular. Right? Like people are just like, "Oh, I love Jingle Bells," right? But there's so many versions of Jingle Bells, and even like the classic original version, no one refers to Jingle Bells by the original musician. And I think it's the same way for like DK Rap, right? Like I've never once considered the fact that DK Rap was made by a real person. So, shout out to Grant Kirkhope. Just keep pressing the button. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna hold the camera like this the entire stream, one-handed. Oh shoot! Yo, 30 FPS, and we're back. Anyways, here's what it is. All right, I will get these songs downloaded. I'm always curious. Well, I guess it's technically not a night punk. It's technically not a Must Die song because Night Punk remixed it. But every time I see Must Die and the tempo's not like 150, 160, I'm immediately more interested in what the song might be. All right, let's switch this to individual. Get these songs down. But yeah, that's literally the last like month of my life has been devoted to figuring out this whole internet thing. And it sucked, but I've also learned quite a bit about like internet stuff. I think one of the most interesting things about like internet and like Ethernet and signals and all that is that they obviously signals can be messy or noisy. And they also will adjust a signal of internet using adapters through units of decibels. And I just think decibels. And I just think it's really funny that something completely unrelated to music or audio also has decibels in like the internet. The internet can be loud, which I guess when you think about like the old internet dial-up connection sound, it's not that surprising, but I thought that was pretty interesting. All right, we got song number 1. And we'll get song number 2. I also need to load up my clock. There we go. 5 minute. And DK Rap. No one says they love Jingle Bells. Me, boy. I love Christmas music. Skibbity, skibbity, hawk to a hawk. Skibbity riz. I forget the rest of the song. There we go. Shut up, drop ceilings. True. Quiet stream today. Quiet as in like my audio, or quiet as in like the number of people attending the stream? Because it is a little quieter, but that's all right. It means I get to actually take things kind of chill. I don't gotta think about like, oh, I've already got like 6 requests in my Google form. Trim this. Also means, maybe I'll get to finish the stream a little earlier today. Have an earlier dinner, earlier everything. I finished recording another massive batch of YouTube shorts. Hold on. I'll show y'all a quick sneak peek. There it is. Hell, YouTube shorts. How many is that? 40? 30, 30, 45. I know some of these are duplicates, so maybe closer to like 40. But that's going to keep me good until like middle of December. Going into 2026, I got to figure out a new YouTube short strategy, because the current YouTube shorts I'm uploading, they're all right for somebody that doesn't know anything about the YouTube shorts world and just short form vertical content, but I have an idea of how to get it a little better. I mean, yeah, decibels is just a logarithmic relative measurement. I had no idea. That's a big today I learned moment, I guess. Which I guess would make sense. The weird thing is that nobody ever says 10 dB is 1 bell. Quiet number of people. Bell erasure. I think I've heard of the bell measurement, but I don't know for sure. All right, let's see. So you've got here, they're both A, no, they're not both A minor. Sheets. Apparently one's A minor, one's A major, and one is 120, one is 130. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna, since this is just an instrumental, well, it's not really an instrumental, but it is not mastered as nicely, so we're gonna lower that one. But yeah, that's what my life has been for the past month, basically. And my weekend, oh, I guess one thing that I wanted to give a shout out to, which there's not that many people, so I should probably make another shout out later, like on Discord or whatever, but I was thinking this weekend of live streaming myself going through every single Monster Cat song that is released this year. For context, I've basically heard like maybe only like 5 Monster Cat songs that have released this year. I think it could be fun. It might be a really long stream. Maybe I'll never do it again afterwards, but I think it would be a fun, random, throwaway stream to try out. All right, let's see what we got here.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is 124, not 130.
Here we go.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. All right, what do we got here? That is a lot louder than the other song. Speaking of quiet, deci is just a metric prefix for that means 1/10. I did know that, but I've never put 2 and 2 together that would also include decibels. Oh, 1/10 of a bell. That makes sense. That's huge. See, I know a lot of random facts, but I just never connect 2 and 2 together. That is huge. We are learning things today. This is not just a music stream. This is an educational stream. All right, let's put this in a channel. Let me just figure this out. So I'm guessing extract stems, maybe from both, and then I'll actually jump into it. So the real unit is a bell. It's just like the gram isn't an SI unit, but the kg is. Drives me mad. Blame TuneBat or whatever it is. Hi, hello, cherry cookies and chocolate. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Don't think I've seen your name around, but if you're new here, I do mashups, and you can request a combo of your choice in the Google form below. I feel like I've seen your name before, so maybe you do know of my shenanigans. In which case, you already know what we do around here. Something else I really gotta do, and I've been procrastinating this for so long, is it's already November. The weather's already getting cold. Apparently it's gonna snow this weekend or snow next weekend where I am. But my computer is in desperate need of like just a cleaning. Like I need to dust it. I need to replace the thermal paste. So I really got to do that. And if it means I got to do it in the snow, then that's my fault. I should have done it in the summer when it was warmer, or earlier in the autumn when it was at least a little more bearable. That, and I would like to buy 2 more sticks of RAM. That would be nice. I think I've mentioned the RAM part before, I think, but the cleaning part I really got to do. Shout out Shenanigans. I changed my name. I'm doing good. BRB. Sounds good. I'm trying to think about what else I've been up to. Otherwise, yeah, well, this week I've just been recording a ton of YouTube shorts, building up the stash. I'm going to be pretty busy these holidays, so camera's crooked. I think you are right, and I have been looking at it. I just wasn't 100% sure. Boop. Oh yeah, it's kind of, we've got the, what is it called, the Dutch angle? I don't know if I can fix that, but I'll try it. Wah. That did not work. Wah. You're just gonna have to deal with it. L. Bozo. Alright, let's extract the DK wrap, and then we'll get started on this mashup right here. Let me look at the next mashup. We already got a request from Sondix. Wants me to mash up One Click Headshot by Feed Me and This Is It by Rogue. We're getting some I was gonna say we're getting some mid-tempo and glitch hop suggestions, but then I realized that the other song is not glitch hop nor mid-tempo. Michael Bay is directing the stream. Now we just need explosions. We just need a big explosion in the background behind me. I've considered getting a green screen, but like I don't know what I would do. Like there's no point in getting a green screen if I'm still using a 2002 Logitech webcam. Like I'm gonna have the worst chroma key of my life. You can see the webcam actually struggling because I'm extracting stems, which is pretty funny. So, like the very first, I don't know. There's so much I gotta upgrade about this PC. I'm working a job. I got the money. Part of it is maybe laziness, and then part of it is like too busy. I just keep on pushing it down the line. Get a green screen and use a picture of that room. That'd be a good meme, but I feel like I've probably already seen like a streamer do that before, but that'd be a really good clip. All right, I think I have procrastinated long enough. PC so bad you're using the webcam to extract the stems? True. All right. Here we go. We're gonna mute these. I'm gonna start the timer, and we'll just see what happens. I didn't even check if the okay, drag that over. We're gonna mute this. Should I just do this?
If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap. As we date you through funky rap. Good. Lucky Duck. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire the first. Finally here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you wanna clap. As we take you through this funky rap. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire the first.
Probably should figure out the keys.
Finally.
Nope. Holy moly, what was that noise? Na. I go backwards one. All right, I'm guesstimating the key, but I think it's that, which means if I do this.
First member of the DK crew.
That sounds not in sync.
First member of the DK crew. First DK crew.
DK Donkey Kong. Can I do this? Can I? Yes, I can. All right, it's a decimal BPM, which sounds about right. I think I recall it being a decimal BPM.
If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster member of the DK crew.
Okay, I just gotta cut this short by like one measure.
He's finally back. He's the leader of the bunch.
All right, I'm just gonna cut that out. Oh, shift all of this over. There we go.
Listen to quick and nimble. When she needs to be, she can go through the air and climb a tree. If you choose her, you're not too far. With a skip and a hop, she wants to come. He has no style. He has no.
Okay, I'm just gonna wrap this up. What do you got? 1, 2, cut that. Cut all of this actually. Shrink it down. Should do one drop. And cut all that. There we go. All right, we got it. Done. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh, I forgot to put the freaking. I forgot to change the mashup text on the screen. It just says 6-7. Am I cool yet? What even is this? This is don't even bother XDK rap. There we go. I mean, I didn't bother. I forgot to change the text. So if anything, I'm doing exactly what I was told to do. All right, let me catch up on the chat right here. PC so bad, you're DK. Donkey Kong might be an unpopular opinion, but I think this is still one of Eminem's all-time greatest songs. True. All right, we need a mashup title for this. Don't even bother DK rap. Don't even rap. Don't even rap. That's one. DK even bothers? No, I think don't even rap is probably going to be the one. Don't bother DK, that is one I didn't think of. True. All right, we're going to play this out. Here we go.
Here we go. For the finally here. Performing for you. If you know the word.
I'm going to turn off the, I don't know. I don't like the instrumental. I'm just going to only have the vocals, I guess. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I might have the key wrong, maybe. Anyways, let's try that again. Here we go.
For the finally here. Performing for you. If you know the word, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap. As we take you through this monkey rap. Leader of the bunch, you know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire its burst. If he shoots ya, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. Contract style. So listen listener to. She could shrink in size to suit her mood. She's quick and nimble when she needs to be. She can go through the air and climb up trees. If you choose her, you'll not choose wrong. With a skip and a hop, she's one to come. He has no style, he has no grace. This tongue has a funny face. He can handstand when he needs to and stretch his arms out just for you. Inflate himself just like a balloon. This crazy dog just digs his tune.
We lost the plot a little bit, like right around here. Didn't remember what the vocals were, and it kind of just got rambly. But I think the first half was kind of fire, and I got really lucky that that's how this ended. Literally perfect that it ended on that. Did not expect the vocals to resolve that nicely. But yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking. I kind of wish I didn't delete the stems, but actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save this. Hold on. File, export, zip package. Oh, it's a new week. It's a new week. Stream mashups. Today is 2025-11-06. Don't bother DK. Now that I've saved it, did I lose my undo history? Because I do want to try one little thing. I just want to try, I just want to see, like, I mean, it would probably make it worse because I don't think I got the key right. But what if we took the DK rap instrumental and then paired it with the vocals from the Night Punk remix? That is my line of thinking right now. So I will try to see how much I can undo to redeem it. Oh, I'm undoing all the reverb. There we go. All right, let's see what'll happen. Let's see what will happen. Turn this on, turn on this and this and this and this. And I can turn off this, I think.
Here we go.
Oh, I did not mean to actually delete all that.
1, 2, 3, go.
Here we are in the world tonight. Say goodbye to the end of the world tonight. Here we are in the world tonight. Say goodbye to the end of the world tonight. Only in my dream for the light.
I mean, so it turns out I did not need to change the keys. I would have been just fine in the same key as it was.
Here we are in the world tonight. Say goodbye to the end of the world tonight.
What are the thoughts here? It might be I already read that. Don't even bother rapping. DK, bother. Did not expect the vocals to resolve that nicely. It's as bad as can be expected. Clean. Hello, Isolate. How's it going? All right. Delete all that. Next mashup we've got is from Sondix. Wants you to mash up Feed Me and Rogue. Every single stream, there's an artist that I end up talking about how they're so big and yet I don't know any music from them. And this stream, the artist is Feed Me. Like, they're really big, apparently. Well, I know they're big, but, like, they've had a very important presence and influence in the scene, is my understanding. And I don't know any of their music besides, like, the stuff that they released on Monster Cat. I feel like it's very likely that I've listened to a song of theirs before in the past, and I just didn't know that it was their song. But point is, I have never heard of this song, One Click Headshot. I've never heard of it. Maybe I have heard it, but I have not heard of the concept of this song. Now, I have heard of This Is It. Whoops, I just opened the song in media player. There we go. Clean up this, delete this. Alrighty, so what do we got here? You said they are a D minor, A sharp minor, 110, 108. I literally only know one click headshot, haha. I've not heard much of Feed Me, but of the songs that I have heard, like, they've got some really good stuff. I really like, Feed Me, was it Money Destiny? That's a good song. I think the song bangs.
Opulence is the aesthetic. Freedom, destiny. Time.
Down Goes Dummy. The other one that I really like is, I don't remember the name of it though. Maybe if I just search Feed Me. Did they just release like a whole album? Felt Sick album 1 month ago. Damn, no idea. What if I do Feed Me Monster Cat? I do like the Silhouette remix, but that is not the song. Oh wait, this is by Feed Me. I don't really know what. Oh, D major, capital M. Gotcha. I like Coffee Black. Coffee Black, I don't love it, but like it's definitely well produced and it definitely scratches that bit of like the itch for a nostalgic track. Because I know a lot of people are like, this is like very well produced classic dubstep.
Have you ever looked in the audience and seen something that makes you laugh?
No.
Yes.
Oh, he said yes. Whoopsies. Oh, here it is. New Shoes. I like this one. Particularly because of the second like midsection. Love that part. All right. I have derailed myself. Let's see. Let's go back here.
No.
So you said D major. Let me double check my, let's see. D major is B minor, which would be, so in theory, I can just pitch this one up. I can make this 108. And then pitch it up one key and it should be fine.
This is it.
Awesome.
That does not sound very harmonic. Alright, I'm pulling out the acapella. I am not this musically inclined to know what works and what doesn't. Let's see. Samples, Monster Cat. I'd probably feel a lot more under the pressure to like figure out this quicker, but because this is like the second request and the only other request in the queue, I'm just taking it chill. This is such a chill stream. I'm gladly take it. Ice, I don't think you've ever suggested a mashup. You should drop one though. Queue is empty. Let's see. Pegboard nerds, pegboard nerds, pegboard nerds, pegboard nerds, pegboard nerds. Superstar. There it is. Superstar lead vocals. Oh, I just opened it in my browser again. There we go. Mash text, you right, you right, you right. Test, yes. All right, one click headshot X. This is it. This is it is such a funny song. I can only remember the drop, but when I was playing the intro, I was just like, am I thinking of the right song? Turns out I am. I just don't remember the intro. The intro is so incredibly forgetful. But the drop, classic. That is awful. Alrighty. That's C minor, I think. Let's see if I push it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is C minor. So this is it, a C minor. Am I dumb? I might be dumb. Hold on. So this is at a C minor. G minor. So this G minor, let's see, 1, 2. Oh, I am dumb. All right. So this one goes up 2 and this one goes down 2. And we should be good now. No, this just sounds bad. Oh my goodness, I just figured it out. I don't even know how I did it. All right, I'm just starting the timer. All right, 5 minutes, here we go. Put them in their own channels. This is why I should not be given a live platform. What am I doing here? I'm just tinkering with music. K. K, Oki, and Doki. Whoop, there we go. the end of the song? That is a hella long drop. What do we got here? It's the third drop.
This is it.
Damn, the song is 4 drops. I don't remember This Is It being so long. I only remember the first drop. Let's...
This is it.
Alright, executive decision. We're actually just nuking that second drop and replacing it with the 4th drop.
This is it.
Okay, I'm thinking delete all that, put this here, but then I need an outro. So for the outro, I'm just going to do. Wait, I don't need to take the intro. I was gonna take the intro and just use it as the outro, but I think if I just hit him with one of these, classics, I'm just going to use the midsection, like here, something like that. Nope, not like that. Actually, I could just do this. Never mind. I was overthinking it. I could just do this, and that'll be fine.
Awesome.
Nice, nice.
Awesome.
What if I did like this?
Awesome.
That's funnier. All right, I think we're done.
This is it. This is it.
Okay, we're gonna use that pre-drop, but for the second drop, I wanna use this pre-drop. All right, I'm done. I just want to...
This is it.
I just wanted to make it a little louder. All right, we're done. So that was our mashup of One Click Headshot by Feed Me with This Is It by Rogue. Let me catch up on the chat here. The Majors, oh, I already read that. Mash X Superstar Mash 1. Whenever someone requests a Superstar Mash, did Toonbat lie to us yet again? Unfortunately, I have no idea how. You know what? Hold on. This is a Google search. How does Toonbat find its metadata? Because my speculation is it's all just like, it's either sourced by Spotify, that's my first guess, or they have their own algorithm that figures it out for them. And it is, whoop, according to Google AI Overview, Toonbat primarily finds its metadata by accessing the Spotify API. Fuck Spotify. Me and my homies hate Spotify. Holy moly. Yeah, Spotify has that API. Well, has that here's the thing, right? Most of these websites only source from Spotify, because like if it's not on Spotify, is it even a real song? To be real, to be fair. But what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Yeah. Unfortunately, not accurate, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is. So it's not TuneBat that's lying to you. It is Spotify that is lying to you. Is what it is. Who writes Who writes EDM in C minor? WTF? True. Some people like watching other people tinker. They dot. I got a big ass thing of green tea right now. Life is good. That is true. That is true. I was not genuinely frustrated. I was more just like, sometimes music theory is hard. Why? Who made music theory? Why couldn't they just made it easier? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we'll play it out. Hit him with one of these.
This is it. Awesome.
Sounds like dubstep, I think. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we could see what that sounds like right now. Hold on, 1/4D.
This is it.
I mean, it's double time, but it is what it is. Next koyodal _0. Hello. Yes, 4x4 dubstep is back. True. All right. What are we gonna call this? This is gonna be zip loop package. We're gonna call this. This is headshot. This is one click. Headshot is it? Nah. This is this. Click. Shoot. One is it. One is it. This headshot is it. There we go. There we go. There we go. I got it. This. I mean, I can do it. This one-click headshot is it. There we go. That is what I'm calling it. All right. Here's my game plan, right? Because I don't want to end the stream, right? It's too early. All right. I can't just have a sub 1 hour stream. So here's my game plan, all right? Here's my game plan. Next coiled _0. If you've got a mashup request, feel free to submit it. I'll do it right now. And then what I'll do is if we don't get any other requests after that one, so as I said earlier in the stream, and I've said multiple times, I've barely listened to any Monster Cat this year. But I was given a heads up that apparently the Paper Skies EP on Monster Cat is almost entirely F sharp minor dubstep. So what I'll do to fill for time for the rest of the stream after this next request. All right, give me a second. No worries, no rush. After this request, I'm gonna close requests and I'm gonna make a Paper Skies EP mashup live on stream. I think that'll be fun. You should start remastering stream mashups. That is true. I guess that is also an option. I feel like if I was to make a stream out of that, I would want to curate the mashups first instead of being like, open mashup. Oh, this sucks. Close mashup. Open mashup. Oh, this sucks. Close mashup. Open mashup. Oh, this sucks. Close mashup. So I'd probably want to make a. That's something I got to do. Is I got to make a curated list of like, what mashups do I actually want to consider remastering. But I think the Paper Skies EP mashup would be a fun little project to do on stream. It's been so long since I've done any sort of personal mashup on stream. The last one that comes to mind, aside from, I forget who requested. Somebody requested to. There's one person like many streams ago that was just like, for their request, they were like, this is like a get out of jail free card. Mash what you want to mash. So I think I mashed. Actually, I know what mashed I worked on. Hold on, I can pull it up. Why am I pulling up YouTube? It's not on YouTube. It's on SoundCloud. You guys might remember this. A little bit of self-promo. I did a Resurrect mashup, right? It was basically the most Subsidia-sounding Monster Cat mashup. And here it is. It was a mashup between Immortal by Resurrect and Dread by Resurrect. And it got a Call the Wild feature. So if you guys are ever wondering what happened to that mashup, that is what happened to that mashup. I'll play a little sneak peeky, but it's a little loud. There's also the techno section. Anyways, there was that one. Let me catch up on the chat. This is one click sounds like the slogan for a tech startup, LMAO. True. What if I submit again? I would rather not do that. I think in my form, oh yeah, it literally says here, only one request will be allowed per stream to allow for everyone to get a chance. Oh, it's not here. I probably edited the text. Way back in the day, the text used to say like, only one mashup, and then if there's time, I'll allow a second one, and I've just never allowed a second mashup because either I'd already been streaming for like 5 hours or like if I had to stop streaming, so I've never given somebody a second request, at least to my recollection. But it also just means like if another stream like this happens where I don't get any submissions, that you know, the people that are there don't just get like 10 mashups in and call it a day, you know what I'm saying? But I think while I'm waiting, I guess we can check. I'll download all the Paper Skies stuff. Paper Skies. So I took a quick look. I believe all the songs are F sharp minor with like one F minor song, and all the songs are either 150 or 145. So we'll download this. It's 6 songs. Download. Save. Question mark. Download. There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I've actually heard I've heard one of these songs. So I attended a Simulcat set, right? One of the Simulcat homies had a show that I got to watch, and they played this song out live. Bounce. They played Bounce live, which is here. So I've heard this song, but I've never heard the high quality version of this song. So let's see. Hold on, is it here? No, it's here. Pac-Man type beat. Where's the second drop? Is it right here?
McDonald's lifestyle.
Damn! 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 Wheel, rewind, rewind. What was that? That's crazy. I did not know Paper Skies had it in them to make something like that. I found out the other day. I don't know. I don't think this would be doxing. Well, I mean, this is public information. Paper Skies is from Toronto, so always got to shout out my Torontonian homies. But the other thing that I found is that I think I might have gone to high school with like their cousin. So that was small world. Small world. Well, I guess Toronto is not that big, but yeah. Pixel puts me on once again. Paper Skies Tarot is crazy. Melodic dubstep producers always end up making the nastiest rhythm. I don't even know if they make the nastiest rhythm. It's just so out of left field that it always comes in crazy. Cause yeah, I don't follow Paper Skies closely, but like all I've known them from is like their melodic dubstep, color bass, like their Rushdown era stuff. Maybe some of the stuff afterwards, like even their Dash Star remix, which is like I think on the harder side, still like a lot more melodically leaning. All right, let's see. Let's get all of this metadata correct. So, listen to him. Is this like an is this like a intro? Oh, that's sick. That's like a mashup intro. Heck yeah. Always gotta rep the mashups. Alright, let's see. I'm just gonna start working on this, I guess. So what do we got here? So this is gonna be fun. Like I said, aside from Bounce, I've not heard any of this EP. So I'm going into this as blind as I can. Second song. Let me pull up the thing. So what do we got here? Whoop. Listen to him, Canvas, Believe Me. Okay, so what is this? Listen to him, Canvas, Believe Me, By My Side, Bounce, Deep Dive. All right.
Listen.
Cool. So I want Canvas to be 145. There's a way that I could get around having to change the tempo. So Bounce is F minor. So we gotta pitch you up. Bounce is also 145. Believe Me is 150. Dive Deep is 150, and I need By My Side, which is D sharp minor 145. Who do you think you are, bro? All right. 145, and it'd be E, F, F sharp. We got our intro.
Initiating skies.
Time signature.
Listen.
Okay, drop is here. Hello, fan of Portal 2.
Listen.
I hate that I love you. Dive deep. Dive deep. Measure maybe.
Alternatively, everyone just keeps on copying Virtual Riot, no projection whatsoever. I'm here. Mash text. Sorry, my laptop crashed. No need to apologize. Mash text. It's my turn on the computer. There you go. That's my mashup text. Man, I was on a roll.
Listen.
So I have an idea. What if I just did this? And then I hit him with one of these, all right? Hear me out. What if I do this? What do we got here? There we go. Alternatively, I could also do something like this, mayhaps, where I hit him with one of these instead, because it looks like I could just layer these two and call it a day as a drop. Mayhaps, mayhaps, mayhaps. This is sounding silly. Oh, I copied the snare. Maybe something like that? What do we got down here? Yeah, I'm not a fan of dive deep in like the 10 seconds that I've listened to this song. Maybe I should leave that for like a midsection. That probably is the go-to. I'll keep these little sections in the middle though, because that could be material. You make it look so easy. I mean, that's what happens when you've done this for too long at this point. I'm gonna hide all that. What's in Canvas? That is a question I've not answered.
Listen.
All right, I have an idea. I have an idea. I could be cooking. Allegedly, in a video game. I'm going to delete all that. I'm going to... I'm actually going to shrink this entire song, so it should be like this. Now it doesn't line up. I gotta fix that. Is it here? Nope. Here? Does it do one of those? What is going on here? Time signature. Man, it goes into some... changes time signature, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna do do that. Push this here, push this there, dupe this. Did I delete something here? Oh. Do this. Okay. Push this, delete this, delete this. Oh, I choked this, but that should be fine. We'll put a time signature. Okay, I want to rewind. I'll catch up on the chat in a hot second. Believe me, could be nice with dive deep. What I'm thinking with dive deep is like these little tiny parts at least I could throw in the drop. Well, once I clean that up. This is much more entertaining than the mash speedruns. I guess it helps when I have a good selection. And I am slightly motivated to work on this. Let's see. So I had a vision for this. Let me just remember what my vision was. It was something like, just delete all that, select all this. I'm choking. Okay. What's over here? I need more channels. I need more channels. Let's trim this a little bit. Where's my paintbrush? I'm just gonna use a paintbrush this time because I am smarter. Do I have a kick? Oh. Whoopsie daisy. All right, we got that kind of structure going on. What kind of build can we do here?
Initiate.
I need to shorten this.
Canvas system. One previous message.
So after 10 years, I think I know what I finally want to do with this thing. So after 10 years, I think I know what I finally want to do with this thing. So after 10 years, I think I know what I finally want to do with this thing.
Initiating skies.
Okay.
Just believe in me.
like that. Intro. What about bounce? There's gotta be something good in bounce.
Just believe in me.
Listen to him.
This goes here, I think. Oh, hey, color base. Does the vocal say lawyer? I don't know, to be honest. Let's see. It definitely sounds like lawyer, but when I think about it, I think it's trying to say more, like M-O-R-E. More. I also hear water. But like a really mess like warrior. Water. Lawyer. Yanny or Laurel. Laurel. Wait, is this what's throwing me off? Does this have a time signature here? I'm just throwing in so many random time signatures everywhere. I tried to fix it, and instead I just made it bonkers instead.
And yourself. Comment.
I don't even know where to go with this, with the rest of this mashup. Look at all these time signatures everywhere. Holy moly. Yeah, I gotta get it to that part. Is one of the songs not 4/4 or something? I'm pretty sure all the songs are 4/4. They're just not like 4 measures. It's not repeating like the 4 I don't know music theory, right? So there's usually a call and response has like 2 measures, then 2 measures, right? But it's doing like 1 measure, then 2 measures, then 3 measures, then 2 measures. So that's why it's kind of just throwing the entire thing off loop here. But it's still fine, like as long as it kind of makes some cohesive narrative to it. And at the moment, I am not doing that. Polymeters? I don't think they're polymeters, no. Like, it would be like if I took a song. I mean, I could just do it with bounce, I guess, right? If I took bounce. Okay, right? So it's like this. Whoops, I want a pattern, please. There we go. So I'm going to say this is a measure. I don't think it's a measure, right? But that's a measure. 1 measure, then 2 measures, then 3 measures, 4 measures, and then that resolves, right? That's a call and response. What's happening is it's almost like one of the songs, I think it's no, it's not Believe Me. It's Canvas. Is basically just like cutting out one of those measures and then just making the song shorter, just like that. So it's like this now. And now this is like a new part of the song, but it's only been 3 measures as opposed to like 4, or at least usually the call and response is even. Some other weird oddities, I think Sprite by Laszlo is an example where it'll just be like 6 measures and then the next section starts, right? That's what I mean. So it's not a different time signature. The reason I'm putting all of these time signatures everywhere is because it resets the appearance of the grid. So at least like it allows me to look at it a bit more cohesively. But you can kind of see over here, right? You've got this like 2 measure like fake out, and then this drop starts. Then you've got 3 measures here. Well, okay, I could probably delete this, right? This is 4 measures, then we got here. This is a 1 measure fake out. Then another 2 measure fake out. So that is the chaos that I am trying to figure out here, basically, which would have been easier to do had I actually listened to the songs in full. But I am happy with the progress that I've made. I don't even know how long did I spend on this. Okay, well the FL project says 2 hours, but I haven't even been live for 2 hours. I've been live for an hour and a half, so I don't know. Here's what I'll do is I'll play out what I have, and I'll probably try to wrap this up at some point in the near future once I finish doing the entire Monster Cat discography. Is Nextcoiled still here? They're not. So I'm gonna play this out. I'm gonna finish the 3rd and final request of the stream, which just came in from fan of Portal 2, and then I think this has been a pretty alright stream. I'll take it. Not every stream will have 10 requests, but it's nice to have these chiller streams where I could just pull a random idea out of my top hat and call it a day. So this is really rough, but for an entire 6-song EP mashup that I just kind of threw in out of nowhere, it is what it is. I'm just going to start it from here, I guess. We'll see how it plays out.
Initiating skies.
Just believe in me.
That's where we got to. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. I completely forgot that over here there's some cuts that just have literal dead space, like right here. I don't like this song. But I also like I've listened to like 5 seconds of that song. I only like it. I only don't like it because it's not easy to mash. But like I've not listened to any of these songs, so that'll help. If you know the music I mean, is that even an excuse? I've done so many mashups at this point without listening to the music, so I just gotta get gooder. I gotta get gooder. Second half, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Dive Deep will probably make really good, as I mentioned earlier, in some sort of like midsection. This looks like a midsection of some sort. That is Chipmunks, maybe not. I don't know. Delete all that. Let me clean up the project. Whoopsie daisy. This is sick. Bounce reminds me of Infect's Tendo. Is Tendo a Monster Cat song? Infect Tendo. Nintendo. Oh, this is on Roundtable. Oh yeah, I can definitely see that. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, it's literally Tendo. That's pretty funny. More. All right. I swear your brain is just wired for mashups or something. I think so as well, but it also helps that I've done this for almost a decade. Holy moly! Wait, it's November. Yeah, in 2 months I'm gonna have been doing mashups in FL Studio for a decade. So that is a crazy thought to have. File, export, zipped loop package. This will not be saved in my stream mashup folder. This will be saved on my desktop. What's the name of the Paper Skies EP? Paper Skies EP is called Canvas. Paper Skies Canvas EP mashup. Version 1, enter. Desktop reveal. I don't think I have anything interesting on my desktop. Hold on. The thing is, if I had anything to hide on my desktop, you guys would have seen it or had the chance to see it, because like every once in a while I'll do one of these where I like, what the heck? My whole screen went black. Okay, sometimes I'll hit them with one of these. There we go. Where like I'm hovering over a window and then you guys can see everything. So if I had anything that was like incriminating, then I'm doing a really bad job at hiding it. What do I got here? Simulcats show visuals, a bunch of Google photos that I want to edit, never got around to. Some finished files here. Well, that's not finished. That's a work in progress from like 2018. There's actually, hold on, properties, details, no, general. Yeah, this is a work in progress from 2019 that I've just not touched. A couple of mashups and their finished exports, a couple folders down here. Nothing too interesting, I think, but it gets the job done. How do I, what did I have? Oh, it was FL, there we go. All right, let me get the files loaded for the last mashup of the stream. I got a request from fan of Portal 2. They wanted me to mash Ling Turbo Try Me bass mix with Mr. Cool Tricks' Tiptoe. Do you have any tips for making really large mashups? Part of the mashup, I mean, this is not like a mashup unique piece of advice, but I think it's a piece of advice that works in just a lot of different things. But it's basically just like half of the work in making a mashup is the planning phase and the preparation phase, right? When you're making a cake, you don't start making the cake. You gotta get all the ingredients first, right? And then once you have all the ingredients, you gotta like organize them all, maybe get all the measurement stuff filled out before you even start mixing or doing any of the steps. Where I'm going with that is when I start a large mashup, actually, you know what? Hold on. Maybe I can even, actually, this is not going to be, no, it's not going to work. I was going to pull up one of my, I think I have the project for like the 2020 Monster Cat mashup that I did, but you wouldn't see the beginning of it. But the main thing I was going to say is I would spend a couple hours importing all the music and like lining everything up, getting all the tempos correct, all the keys correct, and cutting out all the parts I want to do before even like jumping into like making any sort of mashup, I guess. I guess it also depends what you consider as a large mashup, because like at least I'm kind of comfortable with just like going into it and kind of doing things blindly. So like a 6-song mashup might be a big endeavor compared to like a 100-song mashup, right? Otherwise, like my suggestion is always just like start with 2 songs and then get better, right? I guess one piece of advice that I always try to give is like, here's an idea, right? Hold on. Duality, alien? No, invasion. I openly invite people to like, if there's a mashup that you guys like, right? Like I'm gonna use this one as an example. My invasion AU5 and Prismatic Invasion EP mashup that I did. This is just 4 songs. It might sound complicated, but try listening to it, download the music, and then try remaking it, you know? And then slowly you can kind of build up on it. But there's not really a huge difference once you get from 4, 5, 6 songs. Obviously, once you go into like 10, 20 songs, it gets a lot more complicated. The only other advice that comes off the top of my head is like, use 2 or 3 songs as a base, and then just start throwing songs on top of it, basically. Not every song needs to be equally representative, or equally represented in a mashup. I hope that was kind of cohesive advice and tips and tricks. All right, let me download these songs. There's one I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I can't figure out how to make it work. LOL. 2018, huh? I messed up. Hello, Angel. God, I'm so behind on New Aluminum. Sounds like a pain. It's complicated, but not. Does the mash have the guitar solo? I may have to listen to that. The Invasion one? I don't remember. Let's see. Duality, Invasion. Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about when you say guitar solo. I think it does. That would be the 3rd drop. I have so many markers to delete off this project. Delete, 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 delete. And then let me download the other song. Oh, I already downloaded it. Here it is. And Tiptoe. It's complicated, but not. I think it can be complicated, but obviously with like the experience, a lot of practice, and just like having the patience, it gets easier. Because eventually, like you get to a certain number of songs where like the song count doesn't matter. The best way I think I could describe it is like a literal puzzle, right? Like one of those puzzle with puzzle pieces. There isn't fundamentally a difference between a 1,000 puzzle piece puzzle and a 5,000 puzzle piece puzzle, because the strategy is the same. It scales, and I think that's kind of the same thing with mashups. Is at a certain point, the quantity of music is so large that the way you approach it doesn't really change. I mean, I've never done a 1,000 song mashup. That could be a fun project, but you know, my biggest mashups have been in the 100s, in the low 100. So we'll see. Winky Face, sick. Oh, that song. What was that mashup called again? AU5 and Prismatic Invasion EP. Well, the EP is called Invasion, and I just named it the same thing. AU5 and Prismatic Invasion Duality mashup, or Duality album mashup, something like that. All right, enough dilly-dallying, enough procrastinating, enough filling for time. Last mashup of the stream, Lingo Turbo. Try Me, extra bass mix. You've got here 126 A flat major. I don't like flats. A flat major is supposed to be G sharp major, I think. That got very loud. So my idea is, so it looks like G, if it's G sharp major, then it should be F minor. And if it's F minor, then that means tiptoe can be pitched up by one key, and it should be harmonic. And then we're just gonna make tiptoe house again, I guess, bass house. I want to hear Virtual Riot's full discography mashup sometime so bad, but he has so much obscure songs that even finding all of them seems like an impossible task. I guess you would have to decide, or you would have to make the judgment call of what counts as a Virtual Riot song, which obviously sounds silly, but what I mean by that is like Virtual Riot has had so many live streams. They've published so many just random whips and ideas that on like their Twitter that's like never been released. On their SoundCloud, there's so many mixes. I think you just have to cut all of them out and just stick to what's been officially released, and that would help with like narrowing it down a lot bit. I'm gonna be honest, myself and a few others were considering a Virtual Riot discography mashup, but like years ago. Project never came to fruition, but I think Virtual Riot would be like a perfect case scenario to do something like that because their discography, their style is so consistent across all of the genres over their entire like decade of production, maybe even more. I fortunate for the AU5 because I feel like the only other comparable discography that I've mashed is AU5. And I just got fortunate. I didn't have to do any of the work. Like somebody else on the project had already counted or found all the music. But even then, I know like there's a couple songs that are just like they've been making music for so long that, you know, some songs get removed, some songs get lost to time, some songs didn't have the opportunity to be released on the platforms that we have nowadays. Probably should have given a heads up that I was going to play loud music there. Okie dokie. All right, I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. I just want to hear a bit more of this. All right, I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do. We need more Neoluminum and Ivy Comb mashups. Isn't there that one Virtual Riot tribute from a couple of years back? I think if I know what you are talking about, it was a tribute from, what's their name? Dylan Tallchief? Dylan Tallchief Virtual Riot? This guy? The only thing is, it's not a mashup. They just learned how to make Virtual Riot music. They learned how to replicate Virtual Riot style and then made a multi-genre tribute that way. It wasn't a mashup. At least from what I recall, it wasn't a mashup. It was like just like a very true to the original creator tribute. But this is the only one that comes to mind. Lag, loading, loading, loading. Holy moly. Refresh. Loading, loading, loading. All right. You've lost your virtual ride privileges. All right, we're starting the timer. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, no one cares about the build-up. They just care about the drop. Dun 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 dun. All right, something like this.
Move with the flow, we bout to tiptoe.
It does not sound in key, but with enough of the main frequencies cut out, I don't think it's that noticeable that it's not in key. So I think we can get away with it. I mean, the mashup is in key per se, but it's harmonic, so it's like it's not clean. It's not seamless. Yeah, this does not sound great. Where's the last drop? Ooh, I did not know there's a halftime drop. That works. That works. That's literally perfect. Holy moly. How much time we got? 8 seconds. I'm doing 1 EQ, and then I'm going to call it a day. And done. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm just gonna delete all of these automations, and now we're done. All right, pretty good, pretty good. Only thing I don't like is this intro, I guess. I'm just gonna throw in a fade like that. All right, what do we call this? What do we call this? It is a mashup of Try Me and Tiptoe. So Trito, Tip Me. I think that's probably a viable one. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. I think VR's signature sound is kind of divided into like 3 or 4 eras, but it'd be so fun to see the progression of his style in the mashup. That's kind of a mash in it. I think the core difference between a mashup and a tribute that is centered around production is that you are recreating something as opposed to using the existing material and doing something. Like, mashups can have production involved in it. It's a mashup of ideas. It's a mashup of concepts. It's a mashup of... But like it's all made from scratch. So at that point, it doesn't feel like a mashup. It feels like a production tribute, which is what it is. There's probably some like Virtual Riot samples in there, probably, but I feel like it's not really a mashup. It's a lot more into the realm of production than it is a mashup. To me, at least. Always Let You Stop. IRL Virtual Riot jump scare. 7 years ago was crazy. I'm so old. Back when VR was still kind of remarkable. LMAO. When Simulation EP came out, it was over for remakes. Trito is almost like Tritone. I like that one. Tiptoe Me, Tiptoeing Me, Tiptoeing It, LMAO. I think I'm going to go with Tip Me. It makes sense. It is English. It is grammatically correct. And I'm going to play the mashup now. Neato. Clean up this project. Delete all that paper skies. File, export, zip loop package. And this is called Tip Me. And I do not want to save this onto my desktop. You will go into my stream mashups. Oh, you know what's interesting? I just remembered actually. And I think this is who is the first mashup of the stream is Benko. Benko, you are the 200th mashup that I've made since I've started keeping my mashup projects. So congratulations for being number 200. Alrighty, that is done. Another successful stream in the books. At the end of my streams, I like to do a little sneaky peeky of things that I am working on or things to come. And I don't really got that much going on, but I will. I guess you know what I can do. Hold on, I know what I can share. As you guys know, I'm part of the Simulcats super group alias. What am I looking? I'm looking for SoundCloud. There we go. Boop. You guys have probably already seen it a couple times in the stream. Every time I've opened SoundCloud and dragged my window over, there's this funny little private upload called Pontiac September 2025 recreation. If you guys did not know, I went to Michigan to attend a simulcast show. This is the second simulcast show that has ever happened. So big shout outs to the venue. I did not play. I was just watching. I legally cannot play, so that is why I'm giving that heads up that I did not play at the show. But we are in the process of mastering the recorded set and getting that out for publishing. So that'll be something that y'all can look forward to. And I'll play one song from the set that you guys might find interesting. Hold on. Where is it? That's all you guys get. But hoping to publish the set in the near future, definitely before the end of the year. Yeah, that is that. Fire, hooray! Do I win a prize? You don't win a prize, unfortunately, but you get the knowledge of knowing that you're number 200. Evenko, yes, as a reward, you may submit a mashup idea next stream. True. You legally cannot play music. So I, as some of y'all probably know, am Canadian, and the show happened in the United States. If I was to play a show, I would legally need a work visa. And I did not go on a work visa. I went on a visitor visa for the express. I went on a B2 visa, which is a tourist visa for the explicit intention of tourism, visiting friends, enjoying the scenery, but to not play music. So that is why I need to be very clear. I did not play music there, but I did watch. I was an attendee in the audience, paid for my ticket fair and square. I lied. I was on guest list, so I didn't pay. But I was in the audience, and it was a good set. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and yeah, good stream. Hope y'all enjoyed. It was a little different than the usual stream, but I still had fun, and I'll be here next Thursday. Hope y'all have a good weekend. Discord in the description as always. I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.